How to knit the twisted trim stitch, English style. For this tutorial, you will need a pair of knitting needles, cable needle, and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Knit Out of the Box for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their 100% fair trade hand-spun Afghani cashmere in the color Natural White. For this stitch you'll need to know the following techniques: knit, purl, cable 4 back. To begin this stitch you must cast on 6 stitches. Now this twisted trim pattern is an edge stitch, and it consists of a small cable needle that's knit up, and then we're going to pick up the stitches along the side and turn it into the edge. So first I'm going to show you how to knit the cable part, and then I'll show you how to pick up the stitches along the edge. For row 1, we're going to begin by knitting 4. Then we're going to finish up by knitting or purling 2. Then we're going to turn our work. For row 2, we're going to begin by knitting 2, and then we will purl 4. Alright, row 3, we're going to do our cable 4 back. So we're going to take our cable needle here. We're going to slip the first 2 stitches off of our main needle, and we're going to hold that behind our work. Okay, then we are going to knit the next 2 stitches like normal. And we will knit the 2 stitches off of our cable needle. Like so. Then we'll be done with our cable needle for now, and we can just purl the last 2 stitches in our row. Alright, our last row is row 4, and we are going to begin by knitting 2 stitches. And then we will purl the last 4 stitches. So we're going to repeat these 4 rows until your edge trim has reached your desired length. So it should match whatever the finished edge length is that you want. Okay, so I'm going to bind this off real quick, and then we'll pick up the stitches along the edge so you can see what they should look like. So the edges that we're going to be picking up are actually the purl stitches that we created along this side here. That's the 2 stitches that we've done in reverse stockinette all the way along the edge. And if you've never picked up stitches along the edge before, we're going to take our knitting needle and we are going to insert it into the first stitch in our row. We're going to place our yarn over the needle and draw some yarn through, just enough to make an initial stitch. And then we'll do that in each stitch along the edge until we have the number of stitches that we need for our finished fabric. And you're actually probably going to only do 3 out of every 4 stitches along the side here. So one thing that would make this even easier is if you slip these stitches when you are knitting the stitches along the cable. But you just want to be picking up stitches. So you can see how we've got the stitches on our needle here. And I'm just going to finish picking up a few more stitches, and then I'll show you how we knit up the side. And you can do this with all kinds of edgings. So this is a really versatile technique. And we have a video on New Stitch a Day that shows a little bit more in depth how to do this and how you would figure out how many stitches to go across the entire thing. So now we've got our stitches picked up on the edge here. It's probably not perfect, but it'll give you enough to learn from. And we're just going to now purl across and start knitting a stockinette fabric up the sides. So that's how we knit the twisted trim stitch. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.